Hello and welcome to Adobe Live. Thank you so much for joining us today and Happy New Year if you're watching live. If we haven't met yet, I'm Dené Ellis. I work on the Adobe Express community team and I am joined with my favorite co-host, Andy Lambert. Hi, Andy.
Hey Jordan, you're so kind. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. We were just talking about how we maybe are rusty, so we're going to find out together if we remember how to stream. Um, but if you have joined us before, Andy and I tend to talk about Adobe Express and either like marketing for small businesses, doing online marketing tends to be pretty scrappy. Sometimes we do lovely recaps of everything you need to know in the world of social media. And today we're talking about promoting an event for yourself in 5 different ways using Adobe Express. So that's what we'll be doing today. I'm really excited.
Indeed, yeah, and to add a bit more context onto that, and I think one of the reasons that you and I came up with the concept of doing this is that, we often talk about social media content needs to educate, inspire, entertain, all these things that we know well, to drive engagement, to build community, all of this good stuff. But of course, we've all got either personal or business goals that we need to achieve. Of course, community building is one of those, but sometimes we really need to promote something and drive some direct action from the content that we create. And the challenge that we were discussing this on last Friday, actually, weren't we, Jordan? As we essentially, that gives you an idea as to the planning that Jordan and I put into this. So go on Friday, we got a stream on Tuesday, let's figure it out. Anyway, we get there. So one of the things that we've wanted to do is like, how do we balance those goals of creating educational, entertaining content that's valuable, but still drives that business result? And as you and I were speaking about this, right, Jordan, we were thinking, what's a good example of something that kind of needs to be educational, but still is quite promotional that we need to drive an action from? And an event is a perfect example of that. So in the next 60 minutes, hopefully, we're going to give you 5 different ways that you can promote your event across multiple different social channels. We're going to create all of the content from scratch. We're going to schedule it. We're going to write the captions. We'll do everything. So hopefully this will give you a good workflow and structure, and also give you, hopefully, a few different ways that you can look at any content that you need to promote and think about this through a few different lenses. So hopefully that explains a little bit of the context to this session. Anything you want to add on top of that, Jordan?
No, just as always, like we'll show you our best tips and tricks. Feel free to take what you like. You don't need to do everything. You can do your own spin and twist on this as well. So we're giving you what we have and feel free to use it however works best for you. And also to set the context, I have a small business. I've streamed about it before. I run Jordan Dené, which is a very specifically niche geeky fashion brand, and I do Comic-Cons all the time. So what we're doing today is a promotion for Emerald City Comic Con, which I'm actually going to soon. But we'll show you like how it would work with me, small business owner / marketer, and then Andy is going to play the role of my social media manager today. So
I am Jordan's subordinate today. I am Jordan. I am your employee today. So I'm excited about this.
Love
because,
it.
I think it's going to be a really good test of some of the collaboration flows. So for anyone watching, and thanks so much for everyone tuning in, anyone watching that maybe works with like an agency, freelancers, etc. I think you'll find some of these flows quite interesting. Anyway.
Yeah. And feel free to drop questions in the chat. We'll be keeping an eye on that. So definitely let us know if you have questions or comments or anything while we're streaming. But yeah, let's get started.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the homepage of Adobe Express. If you are new to this is what you'll see when you go to express.adobe.com. I have a brand already set up. If you have a brand and it's not already set up, it's super easy. But you can just head over to your stuff here on the left. You'll see maybe I have too many brands, who knows. I am going to be using Jordan Dené today. So this is my like overarching brand. I have changed it a little bit in the past. So actually, I have my logo saved. I have my font saved. I have some graphics. I have some templates. I have some colors. And if anyone has also updated their brand, I have like an older version. This is the newer version. So some of the templates that I've saved are using like my old brand kit with older fonts and older colors. And one of the beauties of using Adobe Express this way is that now I can still use those old templates, but update them for this new year, this new event with a new look. And that's where we're going to start. So this is the template I want to start our first project from. I used it in 2022. I'm going to use it again in 2024. I
Nothing wrong with repurposing.
really like reusing things. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's something to say too. Like, one of my best tips and tricks is don't do more work than you have to. So this is obviously an old version of this. It looks a little outdated to my current brand and colors, but we can just switch it up. So yeah, this is page 1 of the project. I'm actually going to start organized. So this project is going to be called Emerald City 124. And I'm going to add a title to this particular page because I'm building out this entire campaign in one project. So you'll see this is page 1. This is going to be just a static post. We're going to do 5 different posts today. First one is static, nice and easy. Doing it in a square, my favorite way to do this, so I can use it on whichever platform I want, and it'll resize as we go. So this is going to be, I'll just call it static post. ECC. Great. And I already pulled some photos, so you don't have to watch me look through my entire phone library. This is a picture from years ago. I want to update it. Just clicking into this template, this replace button here, my favorite button. You can use Adobe stock photos that are included right here. But this is my company and my brand. I want to use my own. So I'll go to upload from device. I have everything neatly organized purely because we're streaming. Otherwise, my files are a mess, but you're welcome.
Very honest.
I labeled everything actually for you. And my favorite thing, though, is you can see, like, I had some filters and stuff on the photo originally. It was in black and white. It stays that way when I replace it, so I don't have to, like, remember how to make it match. It's already right there. I can click into it if I want and, like, make it a little more centered. And now I'm going to update things. So I'm going to click into this. This is one of the older fonts I used to use, but because my brand is highlighted and I can see all the different brands here, but it's already in the right one, my new brand fonts are right here. So I can just choose that. I'm going to update. I don't actually have my booth number for this year, so I'm going to make a guess, actually, and I'm going to leave a little comment. I'm going to place the pin here and say, double check the booth number on this so that I don't forget. And
might be a good opportunity
I'm going to
tag me in that, to be honest.
I was going to say, let me tag Andy and share this project with him. So because we'll be working on this together, I'm starting the project, then Andy will take over. I'm going to add him as a collaborator, Lambert. Yeah, at Adobe.
You got it.
Thank you. All right, perfect. I can either just let him comment, which would be rude because he does have to edit this. So I'll let him edit and say, here's our event promotional. There we go. And invite Andy to edit. So now he has it on his computer. We could edit at the same time. So he can pop in if he wants or just take over later. So that's one of my favorite features, especially if you're working like this for real. I do a lot of co-working exactly like this, where I don't have employees at the moment, just my fake employee, Andy, but I have friends who, like, very often will help me, like, make sure things look good. I love getting second and third eyes on things, and to have everyone in the same project instead of, like, on the phone or via notes being like, move this over a little bit. Anyway, it's really nice to be able to work at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and just delete this bottom row because I don't have a sale currently going on, and change these dates. We have Feb 29 to March 3rd, I think. Adjust this font really fast, and then I'm just going to change the colors, and this one will be ready to go. So again, you don't have to do more work for yourself than you want. And changing the colors is super easy. I'm in, like, you know, the same color family, just like slightly different shades. So I'm going to go and adjust these, duotone being one of my favorite options here. That's not going to work. That's much better. And change this last shape. Cool. Now I have a static post ready to go. just gonna adjust this a little bit. And the thing that I love about this, like, this is actually how I work. I'm going to post this first of all. I'm doing my own homework live, but it's really nice. Like, this is a template I picked 2 years ago, and now it's, you know, my post for this. So great. Static post number 1 done. Now I also want to do a carousel, which is things I'm looking forward to with this event. And I'm going to, again, not make my life harder than it needs to be. I'm actually just going to use this same one and adjust it. So I'm going to go up to add. I want to duplicate. And now we have, I'm going to change this title to carousel 1. And this is going to say, I'm going to delete this, and this. I'm going to use this, move this to the center. Actually, delete this. Yeah. I want this to say 5 things I'm looking forward to at Emerald City this year. Cool. My font, you know, I can choose my font colors and all of that over here too. I'm going to make this my like hero font and a little bigger. Cool. I like this. I'm going to just change the opacity a little bit. And I think this will work for me.
Looking good.
Yeah, cool. Gonna do that. Just want to go into the options here. The line spacing is a little insane. Okay, cool. There we go. So again, you can add more, do more things, but I'm going to start, this is page 1 of my carousel. I'm going to do 5 things. So I actually want to duplicate this page again. I can rearrange them here. So this is page 2 because I want this photo. So I'm going to keep this.
Whilst you're working on that, I'm going to address a question from Ray
please.
in the chat. Thanks for joining, Ray. Ray asks, can you import vectors of logos into campaigns as PDFs or EPS files for branding? Vectors is still something we're working on from an Express perspective, so you'll see more of that coming very, very soon. So yeah, stay tuned on that one. And yeah, Armin and Laura, just thanks for your comments. Laura says real-time collab is a game changer. I totally agree.
Yes.
It's always so much fun because, you know, as we'll see later on when we can see Jordan's edits or my edits happening live in front of our eyes, it's so cool. Even more
and
cool.
thanks for reminding me to add my logo to this. So I just added it for my brand asset.
I knew you'd get
it.
Cool.
Any more questions?
And also just want to address a question from Mark, which I'm sure lots of other people ask. Mark asks, will this be available on demand? Yeah, it will just be available on either YouTube or LinkedIn. You can just click back into it and watch it again. Cool. So yeah, continue, Jordan.
Perfect. No, stop me anytime. I'm just adding, here we go. Cool, that'll work. So 1, making new friends. Want to replace this with the first picture that I chose. Cool, beautiful. Number 2, and it's like just really nice and easy to be able to do this. And Andy and I also talk about like bucketing our content. So we obviously plan this out for this stream, but this is actually the way I really like to work too, which is sitting down and making everything I need to make for whatever I'm doing all at once. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate those 5 times. But do you want to speak to that a little more, Andy, while I can't talk and type at the same time? But while I
Go on, do all your creation and talk about social strategy at the same time. Go on. Yeah, I think one of the reasons that we've chosen these 5 different types of content that we'll be going through over the next 30 minutes or so is that they represent different content pillars. Some people call them content buckets or themes. Pretty much they all mean the same thing. So these content themes or pillars, if you rather call it that, represent the overall objective of our content. So, for example, a good content pillar might be something like bond orientated content that's designed to like build relationships, whether it's like praising others or sharing others' expertise, sharing things that you like, basically creating like that personal connection. So another content pillar might be educational content, which is one of my kind of favorite types of content to create. And this is a good example of what Jordan's doing here. So kind of sharing some more in-depth stuff around what people could expect at Comic-Con. So all of these different 5 ways that we'll look at promoting an event represent different content pillars, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So like what we, for example, did here today is we chose 5 different types of content, like literal types. So static post, carousel, real story. We'll see the rest of those. But then also are talking about 5 different like types of promotional content too. So if we look at the campaign altogether, here we have the first one is like the event page. And you can see this is all in one project. So we have first thing, like my caption will be something, which I'll let Andy write later, but it'll be something like, hey, coming to this event, so excited to see you soon. And then the next one is sort of like just a reminder that I'll be there while also giving some other information, giving a little bit of behind the scenes. Like these are photos of me at the event last year. And then for folks who haven't been to this event, like something they can look forward to. So we have 2 totally different like ways to promote the event here. And these are all one color. I could also do carousels in different ways too. Like I could tweak this to be a slightly different color. Let's try that. You can keep it all the same depending on how your brand works. So there are like tons of different ways to do this. I actually kind of like it all red. So this is going to be a very thematically like the similar colors here. So that's 1 and 2. So again, this was pulling an old project and updating it and then doing a twist on that. And now for the last thing that I'm going to do, I want to use a template that I pulled from our Adobe Express library, but I actually saved it in my brand kit because I didn't want to lose it, especially live, but also in general. Sometimes I see templates and I'm like, okay, I don't have a project for this at this moment, but this seems like a perfect thing that I could use for my brand later. So the way and I want to be able to access it. So I'm in my project. It's all going to be here. So it's nice and easy to share, but I'll go over to your stuff from within a project. I'll see all my brands and libraries here. So now all my saved templates, I want to use this story template and I can start a new file. And wait, is this in the same project or did I mess this? Yeah. No, I didn't. Sorry. There is a way to do that though, Andy. Yeah. Did I set this up wrong? Or do I have to pull it in from a project?
Yeah, you need to pull that in from a project as you
okay.
Like templates essentially are going to start a new project.
One.
But yeah.
So I can do that from here because it opened a new project. Now I can open it this way. So here we go. That's a little bit of a workaround. So I can add this as a page since it's already a project here and then just delete this blank one. So now you can see like this isn't totally on brand and this template, so you can see what it looks like plain. It's kind of long and it also has video, which I'm not going to use for this. So I'm going to go to edit the timeline. I actually only want this second part. So I'm going to delete the entire first part of this template, which guess what you can do? You can pick things apart and just use what you want. So I just want this second part here because I really like the way the animation is already set up because it's already in the template. I don't have to do that. And it's already set up with these, the caption text too. So this is going to be a story that I'm going to share on social. I'm going to replace this with not a video, just a photo. Just kidding. I'm going to have to add it separately. So I'm going to go into media, upload from device, and I want to use this story here. I want to crop it into the same shape. Let's find an oval. That looks great. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Pull this here, move it back, and just adjust it a little bit. So one of my favorite things about templates, I know not everyone loves using templates, but I think it just gives me such a great way to start, and then I can make it whatever I want. So like the template did all the hard parts for me, but I can still make it what I want it to be. So obviously I'm not really talking about rose quartz here. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to Emerald City. I'll do an abbreviation.
As you're doing that, I'll answer a couple of
2024.
questions, if that's all right, Dené.
Yeah.
So, Randall's asked, is it possible to export and edit assets from Express to more detailed, robust applications in the Adobe suite? So, yes, ultimately, the kind of Creative Cloud workflows, if you want to call it that, are such an integral and important part of the Adobe ecosystem and Express as well. So just to add a bit of color on that, because Jordan and I won't be showing this today, but you can bring in like PSD files or Illustrator files, for example, save them to your Creative Cloud libraries, work on them in Express, take them back to Illustrator, etc. So those layers end up being maintained as well. So it becomes a real kind of integrated part as part of the, the flagship deep creative apps. And I think that also addresses Ian, your question as well. Ian says, I've never used Adobe Express. Has it got all the features of Canva plus more? Whilst I won't speak directly to Canva right now, what the main differentiating factor is that it's an Adobe product. So naturally it's seamlessly part of the broader Creative Cloud ecosystem. So similar to the way we answered Randall's question a moment ago, that's a big differentiator to really help a seamless workflow. And today's examples is a really good scenario. Let's say, Jordan was a marketer and maybe a larger business actually prefers working in the products that allow a little bit more fidelity, maybe Illustrator or Photoshop, for example. Jordan could be creating those assets here and then sharing with me, who's the marketer with less design expertise, just to make those subtle quick edits, the quick things that actually Jordan's demonstrating perfectly here, like changing an image here or maintaining the logos and the brand colors and that kind of stuff. It's stuff that the marketers want to do but don't necessarily want to go deep into design. So I think that's probably where there's like a differentiating factor for Express. Plus, some of the video stuff that I'm going to show you is in a second is pretty cool too. And also the social media publishing stuff. But we'll get into that. So lots of good stuff, and you can determine for yourself as to where you see the differences, and you might have your own preferences. Anyway, I'll go off on a tangent.
Oh, great answer. Jordan. No, that's great. Thank you. Also, thanks for answering questions while I'm typing. I cannot do two things.
I think you've got enough going on.
Yeah, but I really loved this template because I saw it and it was beautiful, and I was like, well, I'm not selling jewelry, which is what the template is for, but I just by changing the background color, adding my own photo, and then I don't know if everyone caught this, but down here on the timeline, just to give you this tip, the layers are all over here. But each of these layers is timed to the project, and you can see that as you click in. So just so you know, in order to edit like the text as it's available, just scroll through. So like if I want to edit this layer, it's easiest if I'm on that part of the video, and then, it'll change. But yeah, I just tweaked this a little bit, changed the fonts, and now we have this ready to go. So going back to our full project, we have static image, carousel, Instagram story, and then I want to also post a video to the feed, but I don't want to make that video. I'm going to ask Andy to, but I want him to know exactly what he needs to make. So I'm going to go back into the project and add the template that I want. So I did already save it, but to show you how to add a new template if you aren't sure what you want to use yet, you can go here over on the left. We have everything you need, your stuff, which is everything saved, your old projects, your brands and libraries. But if I go to templates, I can search for a brand new one and then add it to this project. So I'm going to search a recap video because that's what I want to make. Thankfully, this is like a recurring event, which is a great way to repurpose content as well. I shot photos and video last year when I was at this event. I posted it then, but I can reuse it again a year later as hey, this is coming back around. And I already know the template that I want is this one, but I can click into it, add as a page. Yes. So now it's right here. not really looking on brand, but that's Andy's problem now. So here is how I have set him up. There are some that are already finished that he can then post. And actually, just to really hammer it home, I'll go back to the comments here and say at Andy. Oops. How do I at you?
A Lambert. So it'll be my email.
I didn't share this with you. Yeah, let me make sure I did that.
I think you did. Anyway, strange. Joys of live demos, eh?
Oh, you're still pending. I believe.
That's on me. Yeah, sorry. Your
cool.
employee is letting you down today.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes they're not online when you think they are. So I will write my comment first, which is I'll go ahead and pin it here. This template still needs to be edited, and I can see that Andy has joined, which I should have clocked earlier. So now I can, there we go. Perfect. So that, and also just to show like it lets us know what page all these comments are on too. So I have, comment on page 1, this is on page 9. So Andy hopefully has the context he needs. Obviously we're live chatting, but if I just sent this to someone who wasn't live with me, he would have that ready to go. Is there anything else I need to send you, sir?
Yeah, couple of things. Forgotten? I want to address a question
great.
from Laura firstly. Laura says, love the pages update. And thanks, Laura. Laura says, creates one file yet has multiple designs. And I think you're absolutely right, Laura. It makes things so easy when we're thinking in campaigns.
Yeah.
You've already spoken to this, Jordan, but it's good to really hammer this point home, because it makes the whole process of creation so much easier, especially when there's collaboration involved. Because you imagine if Jordan's created a whole bunch of projects and then shares them all independently with me with some comments on each of them, suddenly my inbox is hammered with comments, and it's very hard as a collaborator to know which way's up and what's going on. So if you really want to streamline workflows, thinking about like projects just not as individual designs but as campaigns is a really smart way of doing it. You don't have to think like that, but I think for Jordan and I, that's one of our preferred ways of doing these kind of workflows. A couple other things good to share before we hand on over and start to do some video stuff. One, I think it'd be good for you to share how we save templates as well. So you had taken that that story template, I think on the previous page, which you like, and you've made some tweaks and changes to it. You like repurposing and not putting more effort than you need to into things, which I think all of us can subscribe to that. So do you want to talk through that component?
Yeah. Question for you, actually. I'm going to learn this live. If I save this as a template, will it save the entire project as a template or just this page?
It should save just the page, I believe.
All right, we're going to find out. Okay, so I want to make this a template. And I want to call this... it's actually
the whole
project.
Interesting.
Which is cool because I will reuse this campaign for future, again, making this easier. I go to several events a year, so I want to just like do this whole thing again. So I'm going to save this as event campaign. And I'll write a little note.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll just interject. Thomas asks, are videos timeline features new to Express? Kind of new, but this new version, we released it midway through last year. So yeah, it's a big part of this new release, all the video capabilities of which I'll touch on more in a second. So yeah, look forward to hearing what you think. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, Jordan. Back to you.
Oh, no, thank you. So I wrote myself a little note. I can choose the brand or library that I want to save it to, and I'm going to hit save it as a template. So it's creating my template in the background. And again, yeah, that's a great way. So you can either save, a template from Adobe Express into your brand kit that you can then have ready to edit. Or, for example, I will probably never be posting like sparkly videos about stones. So at the very least, I could save this like this, so I don't have to remember how I wanted to tweak it for my brand. It's already saved. And now looking at this in a year, when I go back in 2025, I can know like exactly what I want, and then just replace the photos, and who knows if I'll have a whole new brand kit by then, but we'll see how long these colors stick around.
Talking of brand kits, it's probably a good segue, actually. If we go back to just sharing your screen just for a moment, Jordan, before we segue over.
To my brand?
If you head back to your brand, which you've now saved this template to. You've already shared it with me, but for the purpose of completeness today.
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and you can share your whole brand kit with me?
Exactly. Yeah. So this has, again, you have your logos, your fonts. So if I wanted to add my logo, or I want Andy to add my logo to the video that he's going to make, I don't have to then send him these files in some kind of way. If he's managing multiple brands, he doesn't have to keep track of which file is updated, which is really nice. Like if I got a new logo, I would update my brand kit and it would automatically update for him, and he wouldn't have to like go through his saved files, and I know that he's using the right and updated ones. And if I add templates here, he has access to those too. So I just head over to this invite to library. I have already added Andy, but maybe at the beginning of us working together, I only let him view it because I just didn't want him. You got to earn each other's trust. You can go through and change that here too. But same thing also, if I was adding someone who, again, didn't need access to everything and I just want them to be able to see my style maybe, but not like change anything, I could give them a view link. So it's really, really nice. I don't know if this is relatable to anyone, but my past self used to just have folders and files and not super organized version 1, version 2, of everything. And now I love having my brands here. And when I was doing social media managing before working at Adobe, I had brand kits set up for everyone so that I knew exactly what was going on. So I love brand kits. That's my little speech about loving how this forces me to be organized. So that it's also really nice. Now Andy just has access to everything. Like I didn't have to separately send him anything. Didn't have to make sure we use the same like file sharing, it's all saved in the cloud through Adobe Creative Cloud libraries and Adobe Express brand kits. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it then. Well, perfect segue, because now I've got your invitation link, so I can start collaborating, which is all good. So I've opened that already. I can see any comments that you shared with me, so I now can see everything that you were just creating. And talking about real-time collab as well, so let's actually share this. So maybe if you make a little tweak to this, let's just say you've now updated and let me just update these linked assets. Don't have edit access for it. So actually, Jordan, if you go to this first page here, and let's say you now know the booth number, okay? I don't know that as your social media manager. Here I can see Jordan's on this page too. So you can just go ahead and change that so we can see where Jordan is. So you can see this all happening in real time. Such a wonderful way of working together when, I might not have the information that Jordan has. You imagine working with across your colleagues or clients or whatever, co-workers, just streamlines that whole process beautifully.
And speaking to that too, like say, for example, I did a new photo shoot or something and wanted to add photos to whatever project, I wouldn't have to send those photos. I could just like put them into the project myself, or I could share this, with someone who had the photos I needed, and we could work that way. It's great.
Yes, indeed. So, cool. Right. So I've got a couple of tasks to do for Jordan. And actually, before I do that, very quickly, I'm just going to head into my stuff here. And then here we can see all of our brands and libraries. And you can see Jordan Dené, as you can see, this is a shared brand where we'll have everything in there too. Right then, so I now got everything that I need. Jordan shared this campaign with me. It's coming together, a couple of video things that we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and just play this one through and have a look at this template here that Jordan's added. So, okay, looks pretty good. It's giving me a bit of an idea as to what the kind of look and feel Jordan's going for on this one. Now, I'm not going to need all of this because I want this just to be a reel. So I'm going to have it a little bit shorter. So I'm going to delete these.
And again, that's my favorite thing, is just like deleting parts of template videos that I don't need. You don't have to fill out every page if that's not what if you just don't need it.
Exactly that. So Right, cool. Nice. So this is a looking back video, as you can see. So the whole aim of this fourth piece of content that we're now creating, as I say, it's going to be on TikTok and Reels. The whole purpose of this is to kind of give people a flavor of what they might be missing out on if they don't attend Comic-Con in 2024, and really an idea of like getting a feel for what this event is all about. So let's do this. Oh, 2023, looking back on Comic-Con 2023. Cool. Let's start with this. Now, you'll notice that these are grouped. We'll talk more about groups in a second. You can see that denoted by this little icon here, but I'm just going to ungroup this because I want to make some tweaks to it. Now,
yeah, that's a good call too. If you are having issues editing, see if it's grouped together, because sometimes that's a little bit of a trick.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good call out. The layer stack is also your friend at selecting the right parts of an element or asset you want to change. So on this template, I'm just clicking this video element. This is kind of generic video. It's not applicable to us. And just similar to what you saw Jordan use at the start is like just press this this replace button and we could choose stuff from stock, but we don't want to do that, right? Because we want to bring it to life properly. So there we go. Let's start with your beautiful face, Jordan. Let's start with that. Again, we can click into kind of reposition if we want to. So we can reposition that little frame over the video too. And we can play it through. So let's give a flavor of how it looks. There's some sound going on in this video, which actually we don't want in this instance because we're going to have some audio run underneath or over the top of this video. So I'm just going to go ahead and mute it because we've just got some background noise that we don't want. But this works.
Because I actually don't know what's going to be in the audio of all of this. So
just a bit of white noise, but and wonderful. We get Mallory in it too. But what I love about this video replacement flow is that I didn't have to cut that video. It trimmed it to the length that we wanted anyway. So we had the template that you wanted already, Jordan. We wanted this to be a 10-second reel, which we've got. So I don't need to trim a thing, which is brilliant. I could do if I wanted to. I can click on show layer timing and I can change the track length as you would expect in any kind of video editing platform. You'll also notice that we got 3 different what we call scenes ultimately, so 3 different cuts in this video. Now we're going to continue working through it. So this second scene, we've got a couple in here. So again, we're going to click this. We'll click this element. We want to ungroup all these components. So we could regroup them later if we wanted to, and I'll talk more about that in a sec. But let's click on, again, on the video we want to replace. We need something that is more landscape. Again, upload from device. This works well. Pull that one in. Do the same here too. And
while you're doing that, we had a question. Wendy asked if folks in the education sector have used this. And I will say absolutely yes. We actually have an education group here at Adobe who talk about using Adobe Express for teachers and in classrooms and stuff. So you can definitely use this for promoting exactly like you asked, webinars and other class meetings. Yes, you can use this in any industry, I guess. Is Andy and I try to show different types of businesses in our live streams, but hopefully that you can take what we're showing and tweak it to whatever you're in. So this is again extremely niche small business, but this could be a craft fair. This could be for folks doing service, more service-based industries or thought leadership. This could be a different type of event, and you could have all of your speakers highlighted and things like that. So yes. Yes is the answer.
Love it. Perfect example. Cool. So I also want to make this template look a little bit better. So now it's going beyond the template. So the template was fine for us to start with. Now we've got, some videos overlaid into this, which is all fine. But of course, we've got a bit of a grayscale background. So we can click on the background and we can go ahead and change our effects here. Now we could use some kind of pre-done ones if we wanted to, but of course, to make it feel on brand, we've also got the brand elements here. So we've got the Jordan Dené brand because Jordan shared the brand. So now I can make sure we're working with the right brand colors here.
Which again, oh my God, instead of having to like send you the text of all of the hex codes of all my color, like, and not knowing, because I don't know, you know, what codes mean what, and having to try to guess which one is red or blue or green, like it's especially for those of us who haven't grown up as designers, it's really, really nice how easy this is.
Yes, exactly. And I can very much put myself in the camp of not growing up as a designer. That is for sure. So, but hey, that's the whole purpose of, you know, why we built Express. It's to help people that don't necessarily have all of the design skills and allows anyone to express themselves. So, you know, it's a really important point. So cool. So we've made the tweaks to this. Of course, we can continue to make tweaks to the videos as well if we wanted to kind of increase the saturation and warmth of these. Every component, you can see how diverse and rich we can make this. As you know, in this scene, for example, we've got video overlaid on other video too. And I think that's a really powerful part of Express and the video editing capabilities, that you can now do this video in video. There's really, you know, we remove the barriers of many limitations through this kind of multimedia or mixed media editing here. Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and increase the sharpness of this, increase the warmth of that video too. So I could carry on making a few more adjustments. Sorry, Jordan, carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say too, like, especially if you work on a team, because I have in the past had like a little team for my small business, and this is a really nice way to let everyone do the things they're best at too. So like video editing isn't necessarily I can do it, but there are folks who are better at it than me. So it's nice to be like, here's the whole project, and then everyone can kind of do, you know, take a different page. That's just nice also.
Yeah, 100%. And I think we're going to do one final thing before we flick on to the fifth and final design that we're going to create. We're just going to go back to media, and then we're going to hit audio. So we could do a little voiceover, we could record it ourselves, we could upload sound that we might have created ourselves if we want to. But here I'm just going to, you know, just go for happy. Upbeat happy dance loop. Let's go with that.
Great.
So
love it.
Let's rock that. So let's see what we've created, and bear in mind this has taken us the grand total of 9 minutes of having a template that's Jordan shared with us, with the brand colors that we've used, and just simply swapping out the videos. And because we liked the template, all the video was automatically clipped. So this is just 4 bits of video that Jordan, you shot on your phone and shared with me, and we can turn it into something that really quite cool. Yeah, you feeling that?
Yeah, that's fun. And also love that we didn't have to leave the product to find audio, because to be honest, audio, because it used to be not that convenient for me to find it. So it's really nice that it's all right there.
Exactly that. So this is looking pretty good. We got the single static carousel, we got a story, we got something that'll be suitable for TikTok and Reels. So let's do one more, because we really want to introduce the personality, because, you know, Jordan is the brand ultimately, without wanting to inflate your ego too much here, Jordan. But of course, like the human element behind the Jordan Dené brand is such an important part of the community that you've created. And we talk about it so much within our social media orientated streams, is that is a small business superpower. And it's not just limited to small businesses, but we often call it as a small business superpower, being able to humanize your brand, because that is the thing that's going to make the connection with an audience. You know, we talk about being distinctive as a brand. The best way you can ever be distinctive is to be your authentic self. And that is the most important part of social media that so many businesses, you know, I think they understand, but they haven't quite internalized. So what we've done here.
Also, talking about being on brand, I'm literally wearing the same shirt. I just realized as I have this video.
Incredible. Well, I wouldn't want anyone to look back at the previous streams we've done whilst I'm wearing a black roll neck. So yeah, either way, I'm not innocent. So what we've done in this one, I'm just going to show you just through the home screen of Express real quick.
Yeah.
So this will be baked into the product really soon, but what often you'll find is that we start new features of Express. They start off as quick actions. So one of these quick actions that I adore is captioning a video. So you can just head to home, press caption video, upload whatever video that you want, and you can caption it in a whole range of languages, as you can see here. Super powerful.
And my favorite thing about that too is that then you can post it on any platform you want, and you don't have to like edit the caption in each different platform if you were going to repurpose it. It's just already there. Editing captions once is great for me.
Exactly. And yeah, some of the most incredible things with this, even though if you caption it in English, you might want to think, we want to appeal to a more global audience, which is often the case with larger business as well. Pressing that translate button will then translate all of the captions that you've created immediately into all manner of different languages. So there's even more choices there. So if you're not finding enough choice within the video caption editor, hit the translate button and you'll get a load more fun here. Now, I'm doing something here that's probably a little bit risky. Good, it's done. Removing the background on a video. So as you can see, I've just done that. So we've captioned Jordan's video, which was, pretty standard face to camera video, but we want to make this look a little
Literally
bit
shot it on my iPhone. Like anyone can do this.
So now we've got Jordan here. I'm just gonna, I'll unmute this. So
back to Emerald City Comic Con.
There we go. We got Jordan speaking. So cool. We can move Jordan around. You can choose a background.
This is so fun. I didn't know we were removing the background. I love this.
I thought we'd have a bit of extra fun. I was playing with it
again. Perks of working with other people. Andy's doing something I never would have thought of. I'm so glad we're collabing on this project.
Yeah. Right. Well, I'm in your library. I'm going to use one of your assets here. So let's pop this, and I'm going to put it here, but then I want to use either a layer stack just to bring that to the back. So it's just going to make this come to life a little bit more. So use one of your brand assets. Then also we need your logo here too, which we'll just go ahead and pop that in at the top.
This is so fun.
Make that a little bit smaller.
You should make all my assets, Andy. We should do this more often.
Have I made the cut? Am I your full-time employee?
Yeah. You're hired.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's animate this one in. So I want this to pop in because we want to really draw attention to your brand. And we'll have that kind of wiggling as well. So as you can see, we can kind of adjust the duration of these animations. So pop in, then we can adjust the speed and intensity of this. If we show layer timing, we can see when these things come in. So we're going to just have that logo come in just fractionally after the video starts. In fact, I'm going to zoom in on the timeline just to adjust when that comes in. Just a split second afterwards.
That's another one of my favorite features. I am by no means a professional video editor, and the fact that I can do that really easily is great for me because I've tried other times and I'm really grateful for Adobe Express for that.
Exactly. Such a good point. Now you make a point in the fact you're doing a panel talking about Adobe Express. So what I want to do is draw attention to that element in the video. So what I'm going to do is use a criminally underused feature in Adobe Express, which are called add-ons. Add-ons basically amplifies the utility Express, I'll say tenfold, but it's more than that. If you can't ever find a feature that you hoped or wished Adobe Express had or did, just go to add-ons and you can find a whole bunch of different add-ons. I don't even have the time to go through all of these, and there's streams related to add-ons as well. But if you've got Dropbox, Google Drive, all of those are add-ons, so you can import and export and all that good stuff. So much stuff you can do. Anyway, all I want to do here is bring in a logo. I don't want to go ahead and find an Adobe logo somewhere else, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring it in here. I just need that Adobe logo. I'm just going to pop that here. Oh, no, I did not want to replace you, that is for sure. So I'm going to just pop that at the top here. Well, find some place on my design. Why are you not going in? That's very frustrating. Hold on. The joy of live demos. Especially after I gave you... Right, don't know what's going on. Brilliant. We're going to ignore that for the instance of time, but such is life with a live demo. Try out add-ons; they're actually very good. So, I'm gonna...
And to your point, it's the way to customize what you would like Adobe Express to be. So there are some features that like probably not everyone wants, but some people do, and add-ons are a really nice way to make sure like what your workspace is, and you can do the things that you want to do without, you can leave the ones you don't want and keep the ones that you like.
Exactly. Well, it's playing ball or user error has finally resolved itself. Who knows? But here we go. We're just going to add this. We're going to time this appropriately. So here is where you start talking about Adobe Express. And again, I can put in some animations to say, fade this one in and fade it out. So now we're going to draw attention to
your cosplay photos quickly and easily with Adobe Express. I can't wait to see you there.
Cool.
Hi,
so friends. There we go. So now we've kind of taken a face-to-camera video, which we don't want to do too much because we don't want to distract from like the real narrative of this conversation, but we've just added some extra bits to really make this a little bit more distinctive. Now, we're going to do one other thing that we haven't covered so far. We're going to resize this because, yes, this will work on TikTok and Reels and any, portrait-orientated short-form video, YouTube Shorts, for example. But we're going to resize this and add some more pages to our campaign. So I'm just going to resize as LinkedIn in this instance, and I'll duplicate and resize. Now here, let's just click on this one, and we can adjust some of the layout too, but actually it's going to make it even more fun. So just going to go ahead and move Jordan a little bit, move this asset. So, and then...
Hi friends,
And then we need to move your logo, which is going to make it a little bit bigger. Can never have it too big, can we? So
excited to be heading back to Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle.
Cool.
It's so great how fast that is.
Exactly.
That's lovely.
Just a joy.
Yes.
So, and it really does like show us how we can make just a simple face to camera video just feel a little bit more alive and interesting, a little bit more distinctive, etc. So let's go ahead. We got 9 minutes left because now's the time to actually do my job and start to schedule some of this social content, right? We've just created...
I think we have 5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
Just so you...
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Just
5 minutes.
Sure
Probably won't be able to do it all, but I'll give you an idea. So let's take this one and let's go ahead and hit the share button. Hitting share will allow us to schedule this post. So we now want this one because this is orientated for Insta Reels and TikTok. These are going to be the destinations for that post. We got a choice as to the format that we want to post it to. For Instagram, we're going to make this a reel because Reels are performing incredibly well right now. So definitely encourage people to use Reels. I'm gonna cut a corner here, but we're gonna put in a caption here. I won't have time to write the captions, but we can use our hashtags. We can @mention. I'll just put in my handle. If I could spell my name, that would be amazing. So if I pop in my handle as well, any handles that you manually write will then be tagged when that post is published. So we're still working on bringing in automatic tagging, but this gives you your workaround for now. We also got some extra options for Insta and TikTok. We can have a first comment if we want to put some extra hashtags there or some extra context, and some options for TikTok as well. I tend to leave these. I don't enable these because naturally most of the content I want to make sure is shared. So enable this. Got a new feature as well. We can edit the Reels cover. So as that freeze frame of Jordan is probably not the one we want to start with. There you go. That's a nice friendly face. So let's choose a Reels cover.
Yeah, this is great because I make some faces when I'm talking and I love being able to choose the right one.
We all do. So we got the logo here, nice smile, and it says Comic-Con in Seattle in the caption. So there we go. We can now define our Reel cover as well. So that's a brand new feature we've just launched.
Yeah, that's
with that,
great.
We can now preview it. So preview exactly how it's going to look. You see our social safe zones, and we can see we're all sound there.
Hi friends, I am so
preview what it's going to look like. Same on TikTok. So now we're good to go. As I haven't quite done the captions yet, I'm going to save as a draft and say want this out for tomorrow. I'll come back to finish the captions. So save as a draft. We can view in calendar if we want to, but we're not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to, for the final minute, go into my stuff here go into what's been shared with me.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's really, really great to be able to directly schedule to Instagram, Reels, Story, TikTok. Like this, I use this. This is how I get content out.
It is very, very useful. And here, just to show you one final thing, I've selected the project, or the pages of the project that Jordan created, that I want to schedule as a carousel. So just select the ones, hit share. I'm just going to press Insta because I only want this one on Insta for now, but I could put it across multiple different networks. I could also duplicate the post. Just want this to be a post. I'm just going to call this carousel for now. Whilst that's all kind of busy and uploading right now, because it's still got 6 pages to upload. There we go, I've done already. And we'll have that going out the following day, I think. So then adds the draft.
Yeah, and just to call out what you did, we have the full campaign, but you can just, check the pages you want. So we want these together, and then we can separately schedule the other ones. So you don't have to schedule all the pages at the same time. You could schedule them all individually. If I wanted to make that 6 different posts, that'd be a little crazy, I think. Actually, it wouldn't make any sense. But you can do it as a carousel, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, we could just take one single post, share that, and share that across multiple different networks as well. So we could, because that's the square one you started with, like you said, Jordan, this would suit every network. Yeah. So if we want to go broader with that.
Nice and easy.
And because we've created it and we scheduled it, so here we can see them all sitting in our calendar here. We can move around and adjust. Yeah. And now we can really start laying out our campaign across multiple days to really promote the Comic-Con event. And I think that probably takes us right up to the... I think we did it! Right up to the wire.
Yeah. We have put together a full campaign with 5 different posts in less than an hour. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you can take some of this to go create your own. And also, yeah, if anyone's in Seattle, coming out with me at Emerald City Comic Con, I'm doing a panel about editing your cosplay photos in Adobe Express. So would love to see you there. We'll be back on Adobe Live, I think, in 2 weeks. Yep. All of our old recordings are available on the Adobe Live YouTube. And yeah, let us know if you have any questions. I'm at Jordan Dené Ellis. Andy is at Andy R. Lambert. We're here to help. So thank you very much for joining us today. Did I forget anything?
No, nailed it.